Good morning. I'm Karen Yankovich, and I am here with another LinkedIn profile tip for you. I've been here live pretty much every day this month with a tiny little tip that you can use to accelerate your branding to move forward into 2022. The LinkedIn profile that really positions you as if you're peers with the most influential people in your industry. And honestly, there's never been a better time for that. I mean, it's been we know virtual networking is here to stay. We know people are throwing our name in a Google search. I mean, we're doing it, right? Like if you're in a virtual networking thing, you're Googling while you're talking to people, right? At least I am. So it's important that you take the time to create what comes up when people throw your name in a Google search. And that starts with a great LinkedIn profile. So we are live today on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and Twitter. So if you're watching live in any of those places, please share this with your network because I think that these tips will be valuable for so many people. And you can help me in my quest to have no more crappy LinkedIn profiles. And if you haven't yet, join us at the link below for our Facebook group, which you can check out at linkedinforwomencommunity.com. So we have had quite a month. We're wrapping this up, a few more days of these tips. And, if you haven't checked this out yet, if you've missed some, you can binge them at linkedinprofiletips.com. That'll take you right to the YouTube playlist with all the tips that we've done this month. So you can binge it. It's the week between Christmas and New Year's. Maybe you need to do a little binge watching. Why not? Do some link updating your personal branding, updating your the way you're showing up in the world while you are maybe having a little bit of a slow time between Christmas and New Year's, right before the New Year starts. So I'm excited to be here with you today to bring these. Elizabeth, it has been so long since we've talked. If you have not checked these tips out, you totally should share them with your audience. So good to see you here. We're going to jump on over to LinkedIn now. Give me a second. I got like multiple monitor things going on here, so I want to just share my profile, share my LinkedIn profile with you here. Give me a second to do that. And we're going to go to me and view profile. And today we are going to be looking at this section here, this add a section button. Have you noticed that section? So many times people say to me, how do I find this? How do I find that? Almost always the answer is here in add a section. So if you click add a section, you can see here, you can, add information to your intro, right? Add information to your about section. Now I've got, obviously mine are complete. So if yours are not, you'll see something different. Add information to your featured section, which means you can add more content here. Whoops, what happened? So your background, adding some information here, work experience, education, licenses or certifications, volunteer experience. These are optional sections, and I would say you want to use them if it makes sense, right? Like if your volunteer experience, I mean, first of all, if you're volunteering, I think it just shows, it just shows a little bit about your heart, and that's what we want to learn about here on your LinkedIn profile. So by all means, share that here, but certainly if it's going to support you in what your goal is for what you're looking to the kinds of people that you're looking to meet here on LinkedIn, then absolutely share that. Licenses and certifications, again, it's up to you. I have a lot of certifications and licenses that I don't share here because it's not all that relevant to me. The skills section we covered, right? You have all those, it keeps doing that, all these opportunities to add skills, accomplishments, right? So public, look at all this stuff. There's so much stuff you can have here. Now listen, if your test scores are important to what you are doing, then add your test scores. If they're not, then don't, right? If you have a patent, by all means, add it, right? Publications, you can add them. You can add, like, a publication could even be your blog, your podcast, right? That's a publication. So what else do we have here? Hang on. And then additional information. Oh, why does it keep doing this? Request a recommendation. We went over that. And then supported languages. If you want to add your profile in another language, you can do that as well. So none of this stuff is critical to your profile, but remember that this is you showing up with a strong personal brand in 2022. So why not go through these things, see if there's something you want to add, see if there's something you want to delete, see if there's something that needs a little updating. Maybe you took some course or something in 2021 that you want to add here because you want to, you're proud of it, right? You earned that certification, then put it on here, right? Put it on here. I just want you to take some time this week to just go through all this stuff. Go through all this stuff. You just have to do it once. I'll be back here again next December doing this. So we'll do it again next year. You don't have to look at it all the time. But just look at it for today, these sections that are available to you, and see if there's something that supports what you're doing, that supports your personal brand, that supports the work that you're doing. Would you put your bestseller book in your publication section? Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely you would, right? Absolutely you would. That's a legitimate publication. I'm saying for those people that haven't written a book or anything like that, you can use your blog or things like that, but absolutely you want to put your best-selling book under your publication section, 100%. So I hope that that's helpful. Remember, you can binge watch all these tips at linkedinprofiletips.com. And if you want to know what it's like to get some help with this, I've gotten a call with a couple of you guys saying, like, I'm not intending for these tips to be overwhelming, but I guess in some cases it is if you've got a lot of work to do on your profile. I did them in this fashion, so they're tiny little tips every day, so they're doable and they're bite-sized pieces. But if you do feel a little overwhelmed by all of this and you want some support with all of this, just book yourself on my calendar, KarenYankovich.com/call. Get you on my calendar. We can chat and see what it looks like for you to get some support from me and my team to help you with your LinkedIn profile and your LinkedIn strategy as you move into 2022. LinkedIn is the place to be. It is where business is happening. It is where millionaires are made. And I want that for you. And I am hoping to see some of you guys on my calendar. I'll talk to you all soon. See you back here again tomorrow.